Hey everyone, this is Nitro. In this video, I am going to be clearing the second challenge battle of Sakura Strike Force, which is called Elementary Exam 8 Defense. So let's jump in and I'll demonstrate the strategy. Now, for my party, I'm going to be using, as usual, old school characters. So, the characters I'm personally bringing are, for damage dealing, Bozel and Lana. Bozel has Faction Buff, Fireball, and Sleep. Lana has Freeze Strike, Dark Reaper, and Magic Defense and Intimidate. Actually, let me just replace this Sleep with Dark Reaper. I'm going to be bringing Bozel, who has Shield Bash, Rupture, and Hegemony. Now, as a quick mention, you only need one stun. So whether you have Bernhardt bring the Shield Bash or you have Bozel with Sleep, either one is fine. I'm going to be using Bernhardt because of his ability to reduce the defense value of the Lava Overlord and the Rock Overlord. But you can very easily use an Elwyn, preferably a melee and infantry Elwyn, to do lots of damage to the Lava Overlord and Rock Overlord as well. I just can't really use my Elwyn because he is a Lancer class rather than infantry. Continuing on. I'm going to bring Liana with Heal, Act Again, and Summon Sky Archer. Ledin with Light Reflect, Divine Guard, and Vindication. And he's going to bring Mass Mates for soldiers because Mass Mates will do more damage to these Lancer enemies. And my last character is actually going to be Varna with 1000 Arrows, Aim, and Mass Attack. This last character, I suggest really any flyer. It can be any flyer. Whether it's Cherie or Alte Muller or Varna, it's up to you. Alright, so with my party covered, I'm going to be talking about the mechanics of this fight before I begin the fight. So, the first thing is, you only have two enemies and they're very beefy, tons of hit points, right? The second thing about them is they have an effect called Stone Skin, which is a passive that reduces all damage taken by 90%. So the only way you can truly do damage to them is through this 8 defense damage up effect, which you grant to one of your characters, and as long as the enemy is within attack range of your character, they will take 50% increased damage for 2 turns. There's also a second effect, 8 defense stun, where when an enemy within range attacks a friendly unit, it performs Magic Aid, stunning the enemy for 1 turn. So, by stunning them, they can't do any damage to you, so no AoE attack or anything like that. So, who you apply it on kind of depends on your party setup and so on. I'm going to probably apply it on my Lana for the stun, and I'm going to apply the damage one on Liana. So, the final thing about this fight is, first, they have a rage skill where they will do 10 times or 1000% additional damage. And that 10 times or 1000% is enough damage for them to one-shot your characters, any character that they attack. So that is why the stun skill is so important, whether it's on Bernhardt's Shield Bash or Bozel's Sleep. And finally, the thing is, if you kill off one of the overlords, the other overlord will enter a permanent rage state and become immune to stuns. So, and in addition to that, their talent for both of them is if there are allies within 5 blocks at the end of the turn, they restore 20% of their max hit points. So, the conclusion is, first, you have to keep them away from each other so they never get within 5 tiles of each other. Second, you need to be able to remove debuffs because this Rock Golem can apply a cannot be healed effect on you, and that was the Lava Titan, and the Rock Golem can apply a 20% increased damage for 3 turns and it can be stacked. So you need to be able to remove debuffs, which I'm relying on Liana's talent to do. And then finally, because of the rage state, what you have to do is weaken one until it's a one-shot, kill off the other, then finish off the weakened one. So, with all that said, let's begin the battle now. Alright, so here we go. And I'm going to do first things first, grab these buffs that you must have. Right, the 8 damage up buff is especially important, and I'm going to give it to Liana and have her drop a summon. As for the stun buff, I'm going to give it to Lana. So there we go. And then let's turn on Danger Zone. Now, since my only Legion of Glory character has acted, Ledin can faction buff. And I'm gonna have to move my dark characters before Bozel can faction buff. So let's move Bernhardt over to the left. Varna is going to move to draw the attention of the Rock Overlord. So not into range, but very close to it. And Bozel can now faction buff. So first turn complete. Now, Lava Overlord. So, I'm going to start doing some damage to it, even though it won't be much, because it currently has the 90% damage reduction, and it doesn't have the debuff from Liana. But nonetheless, let's start with Bernhardt doing some damage. So, 5,500 with a crit hit, you can see. Absolutely nothing. Next, let's have Ledin move up and Divine Guard. And I'm going to have Bozel Fireball and do some damage to the Lava Overlord. So with this setup like this, the Lava Overlord is guaranteed to attack the only ranged attacker it can, which is Bozel. Because these two are infantry, are melee class. And Liana can stay here to just heal up Bernhardt. Lana has... So with this, when it comes down, it's going to get the damage debuff because it's within Liana's attack range. But Lana has the stun debuff, and I don't want it to apply on the Rock Golem this turn, because it has this mysterious energy accumulating power effect that ends in one turn. This effect is actually another way for these enemies to get rage state. Meaning, next turn, it will go into a rage state, doing 1000% additional damage. So by having Lana save her stun effect, I can use that stun next turn to affect the Lava Overlord. So she's not moving into 2 range. Let's end the Sky Archer turn. And now, the final character to move, Varna. She's my cheese strategy character. It can be any flyer, I'm just using Varna. And it works because right now, this Rock Overlord is targeting Varna. When I move Varna onto a tile that these Lancers can't move onto, which can be lava on the north, or the stone pillars here. When you move onto those tiles, this Rock Golem thinks it can no longer move to attack Varna, because it can't get onto those tiles. And it ends up staying where it is, since it doesn't have that target to attack. So I'm going to do that. In my case, I'm going to move Varna over here, because it's just closer to everyone else. It can be healed by Liana. So there we go. And with this move, the Rock Overlord will stop moving. So Lava Overlord takes 70k damage from a Ledin crit hit, which is very nice. And Rock Overlord stops moving. Now, Lava Overlord though is, as I mentioned, in now a rage state. So I need him to move within 2 tiles of Lana to get stunned. And so it's actually not too hard. I'm just going to shift Lana over to here and attack at 3 range. Bozel is going to shift down 1 and attack. With this, the Lava Overlord will move down to attack my Bozel. Which means it will be within 2 tiles of Lana. I'm going to shift Liana down 1. But first, Ledin has a cannot heal yourself debuff, which means Sky Archer will dispel so that Ledin can be healed. Now I'm moving Liana. Might as well have her heal herself. Talent heal the others. Ledin can shift down one to guard Bozel. And Bernhardt is not attacking because this guy's in the rage state. If he attacks, he's suiciding. You could choose to use shield bash here, but what I don't like about shield bashing is if you stun him, he can't attack. If he can't attack, he can't get debuffed by this thing, where he's taking 50% increased damage. So I'm going to not shield bash. And then Varna is going to toss out 1,000 arrows. Do some free damage to Lava Titan. Done. Lava Titan moves to attack Bozel, gets stunned and damage increase. So even though it's in rage state, doesn't do anything to me. And that was 66k damage, which is nice. So I need to knock the Lava Overlord down as much as I can. So let's continue. And that means, well, having everyone attack pretty much. So let's continue to pull the Lava Overlord south for now, which means Lana can Dark Reaper where she is. Bozel can move down one and Fireball. Ledin can move over here temporarily. Bernhardt can melee strike the Lava Overlord, doing 31k damage, with another 2k or so. So that's around 33k damage. And now Liana can move over, use Act Again on Ledin. And with this, Ledin can reactivate his Divine Guard. He'll do less damage for this strike because he doesn't have a faction buff. But better a decent amount of damage than, you know, barely any, right? So I'm going to have Varna activate aim and I guess mass attack, I suppose. And then we're done for this turn. So damage increase, attacks Bozel, Ledin tanks, and the tanking hit does another 46k damage. Very nice, can't complain. Continuing on, need to keep applying damage to this Lava Overlord, right, until it's basically near dead. So let's figure out how to position my characters. I need a method where Liana can apply her debuff, Lana can apply her debuff. So I think the best way is to actually keep the current positioning for this turn. So let's start with Bernhardt doing a melee strike to do damage. Let's have Lana toss out a free strike to do damage. I'm going to have Bozel shift up and do damage. Might as well. One moment. Let's see. Ledin cannot heal yourself, so Mass Dispel. Ledin will faction buff to increase his damage dealt to the Lava Titan. And the Lava Titan can probably take another hit from Liana. So, looking good. And I'm going to toss out 1,000 arrows with Varna. And actually, start triggering this Stone Colossus to move because I'm pretty much ready, I think. This Lava Overlord is pretty close to death. Damage increase, stun, and do 67k damage. So it's now at 29k hit points, which means I can probably start separating. So for now, let's have the Sky Archer draw its attention while I move everyone else north, right? Ledin up.
ご命令を。
Bernhardt up.
はい。ターゲットは。
Lana up.
はい。
Liana up.
了解です。
Let's see.
了解です。
I'm just considering if I should have Varna attack. I think I should. Because I can weaken it further, right? Just need to make sure it doesn't die. So I don't want the faction buff as a result. I'm just doing a basic attack because of that. There we go. Good amount of damage. And it's now down to 18k hit points. So now let's have Bozel, faction buff. And it should still choose to attack the Sky Archer because it's a ranged character as opposed to a melee character. Perfect. So now we're ready. So I'm going to place Varna all the way south to draw it as far away as possible. So Varna can activate aim here and move all the way down here to draw it away. Over here, I need it to attack probably Bozel. Right? So let's have Ledin here and Divine Guard. Let's have Liana over there, and I'm just gonna drop a Sky Archer. Move it down for now. Lana, 3 range, right? Toss out 3 strike. Bozel, the bait for attacking. Fireball. Bernhardt moves up. Its turn. So there, this kills off my Varna, I think. Yep. But that's perfectly okay. The 2 debuffs. And Ledin. Counterattack does 55k damage. Perfect. So in the meantime, the Sky Archer is just going to move to draw attention. In fact, since I got the Gale, I'm going to move it further south, like so. Over here, I'm going to keep doing damage to the Rock Overlord while having it continue to attack Bozel, right? So, guess it's figuring out how to do this. Well, if I move Liana back here and have her self heal and talent heal the rest, that should work. So Lana, Dark Reaper to start. Bozel, Dark Reaper. Ledin, guarding. Bernhardt, melee strike. So there is the damage debuff. Ledin doing 65k damage. And we continue. Over here, the Lava Titan has the rage buff right now, so I can't trigger it to attack. Unfortunately, I can't have the Sky Archer draw it away for this turn. That's fine. Let's end the Sky Archer turn and continue to fight against the Rock Overlord, which I'm continuing to slowly pull north, pretty much. Fireball.
ご命令
guess.
を
Yosh!
Ledin will
Yosh!
faction buff.
勝負をつける時が来たな
Lana can do a range attack. Why don't I make it a 2 range attack like this? So that Bernhardt can attack.
ご命令を
Liana can again
人思考
Ledin.
そして
And then Ledin can Divine Guard. Right here.
勝負をつける時が来たな
So I'm not stunning him. But I am doing pretty much everything else I need to. Turn 10.
ご命令を
For now, I still need to keep them separated. So, Sky Archer, sacrifice time to draw the Lava Titan away. One more turn. Over here,
は
continue to throw damage. So,
ターゲットは
Lana first.
ご命令を
あ何をしてるのか
Ledin up.
何をしてるのか
Also
分かって
fireball.
いるのか
ご命令を
Liana. I guess heal.
人思考そして
And then Bernhardt. Melee strike. Lava Titan kills the Sky Archer, does some AoE damage to my characters. Oh, it chose to attack. Oh no, it chose to attack Bozel as planned. So Bozel. So that attack makes it kill itself. And now it is turn 11. I have 4 turns to finish off the Lava Overlord.
よし
So tons of time now.
ご命令を
So let's
何を
just
してる
start
のか
shifting
は
back down at this point.
は
How do I just move it here? Faction buff.
計画通り
And Liana can self heal and talent heal the
人
rest.
思考そして
So it is in a rage state with immunity to silence. Or sorry, immunity to stun. But that's fine. It's gonna move up 3, so I'll wait for it. Like so.
よし
So Ledin just
勝
faction
負を
buff.
つける時が来たな
And everyone's turn, and I'm ready to take him on.
何をしてるのか分かっているのか
Up it comes. And time for it to fall.
ターゲットは
So, free strike from Lana.
ご命令を
何をしてるのか分かっているのか
Dark Reaper from Bozel.
はい
I'm going to have again used on Lana.
思考そしてターゲットは
行くぜ
And I'm going to have it Dark Reaper. Should be able to finish it off. If not, Ledin with Divine Guard here should be able to tank the
勝負をつける
hits.
時が来たな
ターゲッ
And I can even have Bozel do a melee strike.
トターゲットは
So, there we go. There is indeed the finish. And with this, I get the rewards. 30 Trinity Crystals, 20 challenge points, 200,000 gold. It is a very annoying fight, but perfectly doable. Just a little bit annoying. Alright, so I'm just taking a look. The next challenge actually does open tomorrow. So there'll be more challenges to do. Alright, so thanks for watching everyone. I hope you found this video useful. And on that note, Nitro out.